Right, good morning. Here we are again on another walk-stroke photo shoot. Hopefully we'll get some good photos and hopefully we'll bag a few Wainwrights. This is a follow-up from a walk 4 weeks ago when I was a bit ambitious in the route and mountains I chose to go along. That day I hoped to do 9 Wainwrights, including Skiddaw. I did do Skiddaw, but only 4. So today the aim is to do the other 5 and do Skiddaw again because of the route I've chosen. So I'm now on the heading towards Skiddaw, but this time I haven't been up Lattrig, just round Lattrig to the car park and now along this footpath. But rather going straight up Skiddaw, I'm going to bear right, go round Longscale Fell and go to Skiddaw House, which is a youth hostel, which should be a relatively flat path. From there we'll go on to the mountain behind Skiddaw, which name escapes me at the moment, but we'll see when we get there. From there we go up to Skiddaw, then we come down Skiddaw down to Carlside. There's another one, and I think then it's Ullock Pike down to Dodd and then home. And all being well, good photos and 5 mountains. So we'll see how we get on. There we can see Lattrig that we've been round. There's a Helvellyn range. And there we can see Skiddaw, and there's the Jenkin Hill footpath. But what we're going to do is take the footpath there, goes round Longsrig, the fell, and between Blencathra and up to Skiddaw House. Right, we've come along the footpath. There's Monk Grasdale Common and some of the other mountains, fells. But we've finally arrived at Skiddaw House. Because it's on a bit of a mound, it's a little difficult to get a photograph of. I was hoping to get one of it in situ, but as I back away I go downhill and can't get a suitable photo. I did want to get a photo. As you can see, what I've done there is the camera on the wall. I'll try to take a picture from there, more for the record than a wonderful composure. So there we have the camera and the shot. Settings for this one: f11, 50 for the second, 100 ISO. Right, we've come further along, and just before we turn off this sort of track that's open to vehicles, or possibly a vehicle to get up to Skiddaw House, we've come across this small waterfall. On the map it's described as White Water Dash, and given that I'm not particularly under time pressure at the moment, I decided it's good to take a picture. There we can see the view on the back of the screen. The particular settings for this last one are f8, 125th of a second, but 800 ISO. I've tried at different shutter speeds, adjusting the ISO and the aperture to adjust that to see which gives the best in the movement of water. A tight-in crop using the 16 to 35mm lens, tight in because the light is not brilliant, the light's shining over the top, hence the particular composition. If they're quite good, I will put one up shortly. Right, and here we are on Skiddaw, the first Wainwright of the day. Been going 4.5 hours to get here, but we're at the far point, and from here we just go home via a few peaks. You can see Skiddaw there, which is next, although we've already done that there, so that's not another one ticked off, but then down to Carlside et al. There's the cairn. You can see Longstill Fell, Skiddaw House, footpath. We're coming down in the valley and then up. Well, here we are on the top of Skiddaw. As you can see, it's quite busy. There's the view to the Solway and Cockermouth Way. Well, that's why we're heading next, Carlside, along the ridge to Look Pike, and then down to Dodd, and then home. Right, we've come down the path off Skiddaw, very steep, like shale all the way, down onto this ridge where there's Carlside. Decided to do Carlside last. Gonna go along the footpath there to Longside Edge and Dullock Pike, and then I'm gonna come back and go to Carlside, which is up here. Decided that was the best route on the map to then drop off Carlside down to Dodd. And there we can see where I'm about to go, and from here I thought it looked fairly impressive, so I thought I would take a picture, or a photograph should I say. And there we can see on the back of the camera the scene actually taken, and as we can see, f11, 50th of a second, 100 ISO. So we'll see what it comes out like, and if it's any good, I'll put it up on the video after this. Right, we've now made it to Look Pike. You can see the way we came, that's Skiddaw. Don't know whether you can see the path down towards Carlside. and then long side edge, and here we are at Ullock Pike. Looking over the other side we can see Bassenthwaite, although it's a bit difficult with the position of the sun. You can see there, and there's Dodd. Must be the last peak of the day. So we'll go back along to Carlside, drop down and go up onto Dodd, and then home time. Right, we're on our way down Carlside, and we got to what's called the White Stones. And the mist and haze on the hills I thought would make a good photo, so I've taken a panorama of the view we're now looking at. It's F11, 40th of a second, and quite a number. We'll have to see what it's like when it's processed. Right, here we are, the top of Dodd. Final summit of the day. So that's 6 Wainwright summits, but only 5 new ones. But the 5 onto the 23 means I've now done 28. The view from here is quite good. It's getting a bit dark now, so no more photographs. Just a quick video looking along Bassenthwaite. And up towards the Solway.